Hey, Tom here from the Run Testers with another running shoe versus. In this video, myself and Nick are going to be talking through the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3 and the ASICS Metaspeed Sky Plus. Let's dive in. The Saucony Endorphin Pro 3 costs £210 or $225. It weighs in at 209 grams or 7.4 ounces for men in a size 8, and the drop is 8mm. The ASICS Metaspeed Sky Plus costs £225 or $250. It weighs in at 198 grams or 7 ounces for men in a size 8, and the drop is 5mm. The Saucony Endorphin Pro 3 received some significant updates to the brand's carbon plate race shoe. The biggest of those is the noticeable increase in midsole stack height to 39.5mm in the heel and 31.5mm in the forefoot. That produces an experience similar to super shoe options from brands like Nike and ASICS. That Power Run PB midsole foam works alongside the S-Curve carbon fibre plate to produce a soft, bouncy sensation when running. The upper is made from a lightweight mesh designed to be comfortable and breathable, with a form-fit structure to give a lockdown fit. There's also an XT900 outsole to protect the midsole foam and offer grip on the road. The Metaspeed Sky Plus is a carbon plate race shoe that's designed specifically for stride-style runners, with the Metaspeed Edge Plus focusing on those who run with a cadence style. The FF Blast Turbo midsole foam is designed to work alongside the carbon plate to deliver an energetic and bouncy feel, while the ASICS Grip outsole rubber aims to improve durability and grip. There's a curved sole designed to promote efficiency when running, and a lightweight jacket mesh upper improves breathability. Okay, so Nick, fit in these two shoes, what have you got for me?
Absolutely nothing to report here, Tom. They're true to size for me, like perfect fit in both shoes, really nice hold around the midfoot and heel. Yeah, no problems, no concerns.
Same for me.
Easy.
Okay, so we've got two pretty prominent carbon plate race shoes here, Nick. What has the run been like in both of these shoes for you?
I think these are two top tier carbon shoes, I'd say that straight away. I think this year I've got a bit swept away with the Endorphin Pro 3. I think that's the one that I really like out of these two, but I do think the Metaspeed Sky Plus is a shoe that lots of runners should consider. I got my half marathon PB in it, 3 days after it arrived. It was only a 2-second PB and the course was a bit downhill, but even so, it's got a really bouncy, propulsive ride. It's slightly firmer feel, within the confines of super shoes. Like, it's still very soft and bouncy, but I'd say compared to the Endorphin Pro 3 and like the Alpha Flight, it feels slightly softer to me. And even though it's got this this difference between the Metaspeed Edge Plus and it's got the 4mm drop, and it's all of these things about the Sky Plus being designed for bounding runners and all that kind of thing means it shouldn't suit me as a shuffly, high cadence runner. But actually, I find it works really well. As long as I'm on my game, racing hard, leaning forward, it works really well for me. But when I'm tired, I find it quite an unforgiving shoe and hard to get into a rhythm with. And sometimes think towards the back end of long events, as a result, I find it a little bit harder to cling on to race pace in it, whereas the Endorphin Pro 3 has got that speed roll tech. It's the smoothest carbon shoe going. It's got a nice soft bouncy ride as well, but really what you take away from it, I think, is the smoothness, and it just helps me tick over, really helps me lock into a stride and keep going at almost any race pace. I think it's very versatile. I think they're both actually very versatile. 5k to the marathon, I think both great shoes for that, but I think Endorphin Pro 3 has a slightly more universal ride, whereas the Metaspeed Sky Plus, I think there is something in this, the way ASICS has designed it. I think it will work for every runner, but it will work best for those who really are bouncing along in it.
Yeah, the ASICS Metaspeed Sky Plus is an interesting one for me, because when it came out, or when the ASICS original Metaspeed Sky came out, it was pretty impressive. It was top tier, and there are a lot of people that were getting this shoe instead of Nike. It was I think for a short period it was sort of the main contender for the crown of carbon plate shoes, and I loved wearing it. I used it for a few races when it came out, and the original, and just thought it was fantastic. And it was the first shoe I think I tested for quite a while where I really thought this is really close to a Vaporfly feel. This has got everything that I want from it. And I thought it was really comfortable as well. And I think the odd thing about the Metaspeed Sky Plus, and I'm not sure this is for everyone, but it certainly seems like it's getting a lot less attention since the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3 has been released. Because all of the things that the Metaspeed Sky Plus and the Metaspeed Sky sort of had benefits over the Vaporfly and the Alphafly was that it was a little bit more like more people could find it accessible. It was more comfortable, I think, and it just had that sort of general more natural feel, as well as still having that pop as well. But for me, the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3 has just blown it out of the water. So all those things that it was doing well, I just think the Pro 3 does it better. I think it's got the same level of pop and bounce and energy in it. It's just with a much more natural feel to it, a much more comfortable feel. And when I've done races in this, and I've just done Chicago Marathon, got a 2:55, no biggie.
Oh, did you?
It just feels so natural, and I can just get a consistent pace in this without thinking about it. I don't think at any point in that marathon did I think about the shoe that I was wearing, which is exactly what you want. You don't want to be worrying about the shoe. You don't want to be thinking about how it's feeling. Maybe at the start it's nice to have a bit of pop and bounce from a Vaporfly and Alphafly, but I just think that the Endorphin Pro 3 is just such an efficient, comfortable shoe to wear, and I don't get that. I couldn't say that about the Metaspeed Sky Plus.
Yeah, I do struggle with the Metaspeed Sky Plus. I do think it's never really disappointed me. I've always done good runs in it and run very well in it, and I've got 2 PBs in different versions of the shoe. And I have the biggest feeling with this shoe over any other carbon shoe probably is that when I do drop off at the end of races, I don't think it's helping me as much. Mm-hmm. And I think the other ones do help me more, but actually when I'm running well and running hard and enjoying myself and on my game, the Sky Plus I think is as good as anything out there. Like I really do get a lot from it. It feels very bouncy, very springy. You almost have to. Even I change my style a little bit almost to run in the shoe to fit its slightly more bouncy feeling. We've got to put a lot of pressure into the forefoot to get the spring back, but. I think it's interesting. I do agree that it seems to have got a bit less tension this year, but actually then if you look at what Elite are doing well and stuff like that, a lot of them are using ASICS shoes. A lot of them are ASICS athletes, Tom, that's why they're using ASICS shoes, but they're very good shoes, very popular within triathlons as well because you can pull them on really quickly. So I think that's one I'm going to go back to again and keep using, but I think the performance is certainly there, but I do prefer the way the Endorphin Pro 3 feels. It does feel more natural. I do have more confidence I'm going to run well in it, and even when I don't run well, I feel like I'll still hold on to pace better in the Endorphin Pro 3 than I do the Metaspeed Sky Plus. But yeah, it's very close, I'd say.
Okay, so Nick, verdict between these two shoes. What are you giving me?
I would say either would make me a happy man in my locker. I think I'd be happy to race in either of them but I would choose the Endorphin Pro 3 out of these two shoes. It's very close, and it wasn't that close 2 months ago. The Endorphin Pro 3 really blew it out of the water for a while, in my opinion. But I think over time, I think the Endorphin Pro 3 has softened a little bit, and I think you get a slightly more firm feel from the Metaspeed Sky in a good way. And I think I appreciate that a lot at the times. Like that bouncier feeling, I think, does make it more fun to race in at times. But like I say, at the end of races, I feel like the Endorphin Pro 3 helps you cling on a bit more, and really that's when times are won and lost, when how well do you cling on in the final few K of a race. I think the Endorphin Pro 3 works really well there. It's got a very smooth ride, just helps you keep ticking along, and I think I can't really think of any runner who's going to struggle to get on with the Endorphin Pro 3. It feels like a very accessible shoe. It's soft but not overly mushy. It's not that unstable. It's smooth rather than unpleasantly intrusive and springy. So I think it would just work for lots of people. So that's the one I'd probably recommend people would get. Tom, I think I know what you're going to say.
I'll tell you what, doing this video, it's when you test loads of shoes, recently, because I've been marathon training, I've been reaching for specific shoes because I'm concerned about my training and stuff like that, and I want to get the best shoe for the training. And I think I've sort of forgotten about the Metaspeed Sky, but doing this video I'm thinking, I need to pick it up again and try it out now. I'm not so focused on one shoe. For the time being, I'm obviously going to say Saucony Endorphin Pro 3. It just works so well for me. It's just nice, natural, comfortable. I just love wearing it. Even when I came back on the flight from America, I wore these around the airport, and I was just walking around thinking, these are just lovely. Just like walking around, just bouncing around the airport, really happy. But yeah, it's just a fantastic, natural, efficient shoe, and I just from the testing that I've done in the Metaspeed Sky Plus, I don't have such a warm feeling about this shoe, but I still think it's a fantastic shoe. And like you, if somebody gave me either of these shoes to go and race in, I'd be more than happy.
Yeah, actually, I think it's almost an interesting way to look at it. It's like the Metaspeed Sky Plus, we reviewed it, we all enjoyed testing it, we all thought it was really good. Came to marathon season, it didn't really pop up on my radar as a shoe I was going to use. Just pure gut check. What am I thinking? I want a race day. I was thinking the Nikes or the Endorphin Pro 3, and that is telling in its own way. I could easily talk myself into the Metaspeed Sky Plus. If someone just gave it to me, I could probably race a PB in it and really enjoy it. I have done that exact thing, but when it came to just, like I say, pure gut check, what am I going to use for this all-out race, it didn't really come into consideration. Only other quick thing about the Metaspeed Sky Plus is if you're a heel striker like myself, the outsole doesn't extend all the way back, and I do tear it up a little bit. It doesn't affect performance, but it does look a bit ugly, and some people won't like that. But yeah, I think I put about 200k on the first version, and it was torn up after 20k, and it performed exactly the same for the rest of it, times I used it.
Nice. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the little bell, and check the channel out for all the other videos we've got, from latest road and trail shoes to running headphones and watches and various other kit that's out at the moment. And don't forget, we've also got our monthly podcast that comes out at the end of every month. If you click in the captions below, you can find the podcast provider of your choice. Thanks a lot for watching. Catch you next time.